Good morning, our wonderful people. We are still on the new year, so happy new year. We're here. Thank you so much for joining us. As usual, you are welcome to this program. My sister will always say, if you are seeing us for the first time, welcome. Please share this video amongst your friends, your family, especially your daddy GO. Please share this with them. We need our people to return back to their roots, the roots of Igbo adage or African adage that says, "Because I am, you are." Background where we care for ourselves, where it takes a village to raise a child, where we are doing communal things, that we are not isolating ourselves and just focusing on daddy Geo, that our community is important to us, that when we see a widow without a husband, we help out. When we see a son that is going astray, we help out. We gather ourselves. We tend to focus in our communities and not in churches. Look at us now. Since we abandoned the communities and went into churches, see where we are. If we take care of our communities, there won't be any reason for anybody to steal, neutralize other people, kidnap other people. Everybody will love each other because they know if they need help, they can go to Sister P and get help. They can go to Uncle Justin and get help. They can go to Auntie this person and get help. That's why we are thriving before we follow the whitewash religion. And that's why we're begging every day for people to return back to their roots. Our roots kept us better. Yes, we may not have iPhone, but look at us now on iPhone. Isn't it better that you wait 10 days to get a phone call or hear from your brothers and sisters than to call them instantly and your life is on fire? And who would have said that we are not smart enough to do our own iPhone if they have left us alone, or even better than iPhone? So, welcome to the program. Let me not get as excited. Remember, what we do first initially is to play a video and allow you to share these programs to others. Invite your church members, invite others. You should be in your church, learning to become a kind person to others to be your church. No church is greater than showing love to another human being. So I will continue to share what my sister add on, and I'll pull up the video as well.
Thank you so much, my sister. Thank you, our viewers. Thank you for the good job you're doing. We appreciate it. Like my sister has said, please help us to share, like, and subscribe to your friends, your family members, everyone. My sister is trying to pull up videos. We have about 3 videos that are short clips. The essence of playing them, they are tied to our discussion. So YouTube, Facebook, the videos do not belong to us. They are in public. They're already in public. So we are using them to teach our people. Allow us to use them. Do not flag them down. All right. Thank you.
Those people, Bokos, were in Jos, where those people came to attack those poor people. If you remember the video again, where they were pulling a child from behind his dead mother and his dead folks. You understand? So this is where it happened. Now, let me tell you what's funny. Bring the camera down. This is tin. This is tin. These are minerals. Look at it on the ground. These are minerals. So it is pretty obvious. See them, come. It is pretty obvious that these people are being killed because of the richness of their land. Can you imagine they had to burn down the place? Come. See, start from here. They had to burn down the place. See these houses? Everything burnt down. We came into this village. There's literally nobody in the village, like literally nobody. They had to run away from their own land, from the place where they were born, where their grandparents lived. Do you understand? Can you imagine minerals on the ground? See, minerals on the ground. Minerals on the ground. I mean, this land is rich. Why are they doing this? I don't know. It is obvious, but we act as if I don't know for political reasons. But please, Nigerian government, please. Now I'll take you to where the children are. The children that are being affected. Those people that they kill, their children. I will take you to the IDP camp where they are. If you see them, then let's not even talk about the ones that are in the hospital without hand and legs because of insecurity in Nigeria or because of greed. What we all can enjoy in Nigeria, we have a lot of minerals in Nigeria that we all can enjoy. We are not supposed to be poor in this country. Dubai get only oil, sell Dubai day. We are rich anyhow. Look at this land, plain land. Turn this camera. Look at the land. Raise it up. Look at this land. Plain land. See. Plain. Beautiful land with raw minerals on the ground. But yet, Nigerians, we are still suffering. We are still poor because of the greed of the people that are supposed to protect us and take care of us. Because of the government. So basically, somebody was trapped in this car. Somebody was trapped in this car and was burnt. Now, this thing, where that guy did? What is this? Which bone? Human being bone. What I'm holding now, according to this guy that was here, I fit put your face. I no fit show your face. Now, man just show only your body. So according to this guy, say now waiting. Bones, human being bone. So this is the car. The person was. As you can see, this is somebody. This is a human being bone. These are bones of somebody. Because this is very dark man, and I'm out here in just focus local government here, focus where the attack happened. So there was an attack on these people. Everybody that you are seeing here, they are not random people. These are like people affected by the attacks that happened on the 24th. It happened on the 24th, 25th, and on the 26th. So a lot of them didn't have the opportunity to do Christmas because of this attack. And what is funny is that I've done a little bit of investigation. I walked around. Some of them are staying here, and then some of them are staying in this town. Let me see the zinc houses. This place, and then beyond. Now come back. So what's going on is, first of all, this is a very big community. How many community was affected? About 28 communities, am I right? About 28 communities were affected, where a lot of houses were burnt. These are like normal people that they go about their day. They make the Irish potatoes that you eat. They send it from here and send it all the way to Abuja. You understand? For you people to eat and you enjoy your life. Do you understand? Now, with these people affected, a lot of things that you see in Nigeria cannot be. All right, so this is another community that was burnt down. Apparently, this one is even bigger than the last one where we were. No, sure. Take it out. Follow me. Show the house. See livestock. Livestock are being left, abandoned by their owners. Come. See all these places. See people are. See the animals. See generator. Burnt. This place is bigger. Now let me tell you what's funny. From the last place we were to this place, it's like we drove for like 35 minutes on a normal, low, gradual speed. Now, come. Apparently, this whole thing happened in a day. They attacked different places in a day. See their livestock. Without people to care for them. Come. Sir? I need to rush. So you want to make a head back for one side? See, these guys are already packing their stuff. See. Community, bring the camera here. Bring your hand. Wait, come. You bring me that camera now. Give me the camera. See? Abandoned. Everything. Abandoned. One day attack. They started this attack on the 24th, 25th, and 26th. First day, they attacked multiple places. Like I said, the former distance to this place is over 35 minutes, and they attacked them one day. Meaning, the people that were involved in this attack were up to like maybe 500. They attacked the whole community.
And why that is what's happening. We are being distracted by others.
Do you know that most of these places that are under attack in northern Nigeria have some of the biggest natural resources underneath? the ground, and the trading of those natural resources are going on while people are being killed in those communities. Do you know? Now, let me bring you up to speed real quick. If you realize some of the most fertile lands in northern Nigeria are the ones that are being attacked. Most of our fresh, beautiful vegetables and fruits come from Plateau State. Do you know what is underneath those beautiful, fertile lands? It is also solid minerals. Guza. For some of you who know, you know. People are killed daily while miners are mining those lands. How can you raise down an entire village? Bring it down to ashes, evacuate everybody there, and go behind their backs to go and be mining their gold? How wicked can you be?
It's been ongoing, my sister.
Do you know that it's also affecting not only our economy, but also the food supply for the common man who cannot afford to eat? I am a farmer.
Please continue to help us to hit the like button. You can see they are blocking it once again. They are not allowing people to see the viewership. So continue to, few of us that are here, continue to hit the like button as we go. Thank you.
Yes, I'm an agri entrepreneur. I deal with grains. And the rate at which food is going to be scarce in 2024, you are not ready for it. Things that we buy for as low as 20,000 when they are in surplus, we bought this year for 80,000 naira when it was in surplus.
Mm-hmm.
You are not ready for it. For us who do food storage business, we know exactly what you are saying. Ask anybody who is into farming. Underneath all of this madness, this crisis of insecurity, is a major business of natural resource buying and selling. Illegal. Zamfara has gold, and daily gold is traded while people are killed and evacuated from their villages. They would rather pursue you because of insecurity and go and dig your land to take out gold and take out tin and take out other minerals. Yes, that's what's happening in northern Nigeria. They attack people using insecurity as a blanket and a facade, chase people out of their communities, and go behind their backs to steal their natural resources. Those are the kinds of leaders we have in northern Nigeria. You are wicked people and you have blood on your hands and you're going to be judged for it. You are taking blood money and you will die a bad death.
No.
Northern Nigerian leaders, Allah.
No, that doesn't work, my sister. We have a strategy that will get rid of them. Nobody is coming to rescue you. They are not going to die bad death. They're going to use that money that they got from the gold to buy a house in London, a house in USA, and live in a golf course with their family. So nothing will happen to them. There is a strategy on the table that can put a stop to all of this. This is not a new strategy. It's been ongoing. And if you also think about it from another standpoint, they're going to make sure you are so on point when you mention that the hunger that is going to come will hit everybody like tornado. You know what's going to happen? You may have to convert to become a terrorist before you can eat. You have to join them. You have to do whatever, agenda that they have. You have to play their role in order to get some type of food. So they know what they're doing. This is part of the colonial agenda that we have been telling you, that open air prison is not meant for human survival. You guys have been working overtime to survive in a place that is not meant for you to survive, and is enough, or it should be the end of the time where we should not be surviving anymore, that we should be thriving because we have the resources to thrive in our own land. And we're going to continue to play the last video. Please help us to share um, as we go. Oh, actually help us to hit the like button, because once again, They are all partners.
Like
Everybody has the role that they're playing. Some people are playing the role of religion. They will trap you in the church while your government will never build a hospital or a road. Some people will come and displace you from your land. Some people will go on TV and say, hey, go and vote. You're a democratic nation. Go and vote. They are all in partnership in our demise. So my sister is definitely on point, but God is not going to punish them. Let's stop waiting for God. We've been waiting for 800, 1 billion years and nothing is happening. These people will actually live to be 92 and 98 and even 104. It's you that will die young. So we must do the right thing. And it's not about wishing them death, an instrument that can put an end to all of this. I'm trying to figure out how to even play the next video here. Um, Actually, see.
Hello guys, I want to show you guys an amazing video of Yakubu Gowon where he openly confessed in the video of the evil they did against the Igbos. Yakubu Gowon said, anybody that have conscience know that Nigeria holds the Igbos apology. I am not an Igbo, just understand. I am somebody in Nigeria who is passionate for a better Nigeria. If Nigeria must move forward, they must do the right thing. I've heard several people say that Nigerians, they must, Nigeria politicians, they must appeal to the Igbo. Here is Yakubu Gowon speaking. I beg you in the name of Jesus. If you're a lover of truth, a lover of justice, you don't have option. This video, before you watch it, said, just share it on your timeline, on your status, in all the platform you belong. Every single Nigeria need to hear this interview of Yakubu Gowon. I'm showing you the video now. Please like it. Let's watch together now. Thank you.
Certainly,
Holy Ghost son, no
everyone
kidding.
with conscience know that it is something that is bad and something that we've got to try and put right. And various political political attempts were made to solve the problem, going even to Aburi meeting, the disagreement there, which really came about the interpretation, interpretation, of the interpretation, of what Aburi, meant. And from Ojuku, he says, on Aburi we stand. And I say, from Aburi you will fall. So that was probably the beginning of, if you said it is the Aburi agreement, that you are using, interpreting the way you want and the way you want to force it on the rest, then of course we also have a way of resolving, that issue. But the civil war, unfortunately, had to happen as a result of breakdown of that Aburi agreement. Despite effort that was made, to see if we can reconcile our differences and really save a very serious situation. But it got to the stage whereby the we have Ojuku, got his constituent assembly to give him the go-ahead to break away from Nigeria. And of course, then because of this tense situation, we have to find a way. Of resolving that problem. And this constituent assembly statement was.
I'm not really sure what this guy is, yapping about. So think you want to add on to what he's trying to say? Because to me, he seems like a goat running inside the forest. What is it?
He's a dying man. I wanted us to just drag it to where that place and then stop. It's just to pay attention. If you don't have if you don't have information before, you won't know. But of course, they are confessing. Um, we what we do here is try to make our people put their thoughts together, because we know that if our people are not being distracted, there's no way they will not understand Nina's proposition. It's clear. So all these people are distracting them, and that's why we tie everything together. You saw in the first video, we are trying to tell you, we have been saying it, that all over Africa, anywhere you see war, anywhere you see jihad, anywhere you see crisis, anywhere you see ethnic cleansing, it is about the resources under the ground. There are two groups. One is interested in the resources under the ground, and one is interested on the grass on top of the ground. They come together and they kill. Okay, they say we should not use it. They expire the people on the ground.
Neutralize.
They neutralize the people on the ground. They want us to be speaking like people that don't know. Who don't know how to speak English. Now they want us to be putting on that is inside because of the same people. So they neutralize the people living on the ground, chase them out, take them to IDP camps, and take their ground. So we wanted to put the faces of these people, because when you're hearing news, you're not seeing the people. So, Rwanda, concern you. But we have to bring that video of our brother that went there, because on this video, this show, we always tell you everything we're saying here is something you can verify. Instead of just sitting down on social media and yapping, get down from your high horse, go there and investigate. Things will make more sense to you. If you are abroad, you can't go, send somebody to go. Things will make more sense to you. I personally lived in those areas. I lived in Jos Plateau. I schooled there. So I know the business they're talking about. I understand it very well. So we wanted to put faces to these people that are saying statistics. This one buy, that one expired, that one, that. You saw it. In the next video is one of them, their daughters, saying the same thing that we're saying, that they sack these villagers and steal their natural resources. It's all about the resources in the land. Then this third video is Yakubu Gowon confessing his atrocious crime against late General Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu and the peoples of old Eastern region, the people that they call themselves Biafra as of that time. Now, it has been all the peoples, they have different peoples that came together. They have all gone and doing their own thing to get their self-determination. But under Ninas, all the indigenous peoples have come together and we're speaking in one voice, facing our enemy, because we have one common enemy. So that's what Ninas did. Ninas said, since we have one common enemy, don't just stay in your own corner doing one thing. The other one is doing that thing. The other one is doing that thing. No, that's scattering us. Let's come together and fight the one common enemy. And the only reason, my sister will pull up the PowerPoint. Oh, no, not the PowerPoint. Okay. The only reason they are doing what they're doing is to take the resources in the land. That's the only reason. There's no other thing. Any other thing they tell you, oh, climate change is a lie. Clash, farmers and headers is a lie. Any other thing they tell you is a lie. The only reason is to steal the resources in your land. And they have their local agents that are using. They are the ones that they equipped the local agents with AK-47. The local agents, the Fulani marauders, they cannot afford by themselves to buy these guns. They don't produce them.
Nope.
AK-47 is not produced in Zungeru. AK-47 is not produced in Bakassi. AK-47 is not produced even in Africa. The people that produce it are the ones that arm the local agents, in this case, the Fulani herders. Their own local, they're working, of course, with their local chiefs, the traditional, the leaders, the northern leaders. They come and recruit the fake politicians. Those fake people will call African leaders. They are not African leaders.
Nope.
They come, work with them. Those ones will now recruit the local ordinary people and arm them and tell them what to do. Of course, they also have parallel military. They infiltrate the military, they infiltrate the people, they infiltrate the church, they infiltrate everywhere. So our people need to understand what we're saying. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much. Please continue to help us to hit the like button. You can see they are at it again. Fake book is doing what it does best. But we are not relenting because our work is offline. This is just an enlightenment campaign. You already know what we need to do, and we want to thank those that are working tirelessly on the things that we need to do. We want to thank our brothers and sisters that are buying sound systems and broadcasting to our brothers and sisters. We want to thank those that are going into meetings and organizations and sharing this message. Well done. So our topic today is that our natural resources is actually responsible for our demise. So we can see that our opening videos highlighted some of that. And this has been ongoing. You know, my sister will tell you how it started during Biafran War and how it has extended now to the northern part of Nigeria. It's all about resource control. They don't give a damn about you. So while you go and see your ancestors, they are busy holding you down with churches, telling you that if you pray long enough, your life will be better. If you spend all your money in the church, your life will be better. If you run away and go and die at the Mediterranean Sea, that your life will be better. And we are saying that it's about time that we identify a common enemy and deal with them once and for all. So Nigeria is an open air prison where all sorts of evil take place under the auspice of fake democracy promoted by the Western powers. It's only in Nigeria that when the election is coming or during election, they will pay Hollywood actors to come and run commercials. The same Hollywood actors that don't even run commercials here in America, they will actually give them millions to come and do, oh yeah, go and vote. You have democracy. You know, Tom Cruise will come out. Tom Cruise that have women problem everywhere he goes. He will come out and tell you, go and vote, go. You have democracy. The indigenous lands often harbor valuable natural resources, just like we have mentioned. We are endowed with minerals, timbers, oil, gas, just name it. So as demand for these resources rise, powerful actors such as the colonialists and their cronies, they maximize their exploitative practices. For example, there is the land grabbing that my sister mentioned earlier, and we know that they are doing this to take the land without the proper consent of the people that owns it. And who are their partners? The terrorists that they will use, the same one that they use in Niger. And fire was going on in Niger forever and a day, and they can never get rid of them. They can never get rid of those groups, even with all their Western powers and all their Western weapons. Fire was raging in Niger, until our brothers and sisters said, enough, we don't want your protections anymore. We don't want your firepower anymore. Take it and go. Because meaning that they're putting sand in something that we eat that sand shouldn't be in. So while the indigenous people are working hard to survive, they don't know there is a competition between the private interests and their cronies. And as partners, they propagate violence against them all the time, forcing them to flee from their ancestral homes. And when this happens, some of them will end up in so-called internally displaced camps. And CNN can show us how our sister, who is now an architect from Harvard, is trying to build Bako homes in the middle of nowhere for these people. And they will come and put it on the news for us and cheer the girl on. Oh, you're doing well for your people. What happened to their ancestral land? As we know, IDP camps, they lack basic amenities. These people are experiencing terrible marginalization and vulnerability. And we know that all these things are possible because the concentration of political power is in the same hands of the few influential individuals that are working for the colonialists. When they finish, their children will come. If their children doesn't come, do not come, then another person that walked up to the ladder to go and meet them will come. To make all of this worse, they are using the tool of oppression called 1999 Constitution, which doesn't allow us to make an inch without engaging the federal government. So today, just like Ajoke, the terrorized and abused daughter of late TB Joshua, we ask, how far can your conscience go without some form of accountability and truth? How far? How far are you willing to go with remaining complacent in the face of evil? How far are you going to hide in church? Instead of being a responsible adult, you go and hide in church and think you can pray away your problems and pray that God will get them. And then they're going to answer to God. It will never be well with them. How long are you going to continue to use strategies that does not work? Or strategies that do not work? How long are you going to go without questioning anything, thinking if you keep quiet, all will be well? We have been quiet. We have gotten their Western education. We have bought suits. We have dyed our hair, straightened our hair. We have even changed our name and start answering Jennifer and a flower and a champagne, all in the name to be like them. Were you accepted? No. No. They've allowed Asian country to develop, or Asian countries to develop, because there are so many of them. They have allowed other places to develop, but they have sworn to secrecy that Africa will remain under their bosom. How long are we going to act like zombies? Just like those men in the church watching a father brutally abuse his daughter, and everybody kept mute and kept asking, oh, why are you doing this now? Why are you doing this? So today, brothers and sisters, we must collectively work together to end this nightmare, because nobody's going to end it for us. We need to stop this idea of calling on our God. God will punish them. Oh, God will do. No, he's not going to do anything. He gave us the sense to manage people like that. And we have a strategy on the table to put an end to all of this. So today, we are going to go further, get a deeper dive. Please continue to help us to hit the like button. Continue to do that throughout, and share and share and share. We know our brothers and sisters are watching on the platforms. Thank you so much for that. We have to ask smart. This is what we keep telling you guys. They are not smarter than you. Stop being afraid. Stop being afraid. Everything is not about weapons. Everything is not about fluent English. They know how to speak it with the obobo glasses and jeans and their suits. We're telling you that we can actually take our destiny back, our collective destinies back from this demon parading as democratic power or powers, because that's what they are. They have no care for human feelings. All they do is to come and parade themselves as if they care about other people. You guys are the least of their concerns. So we have reviewed the videos for the day. And this is our topic for the day. And in our objectives, we are going to look at our ancestral land, how they are filled with natural resources, some of the headline review or headline news review. We'll also look at the Biafra genocide, the harbinger of current Nigerian killings. The next, we'll look at the tools for colonialism and neocolonialism, and how we are going to get to the end of the road for these religious predators, because they're everywhere. That's why the more churches we build, the more evil takes over our land. That's why we have more churches than industries, leaving our young ones with nothing to do, with nothing to do. And then we are going to decapitate the tools of horror in your ancestral land. And the feedback that we're getting from public, and we cannot end without looking at the 5-point agenda as a reminder as to why we are here on a weekly basis to tell you what we need to do to move forward. It's a no-brainer at this point. First, your estate, your Usman Danfodio estate. Their children are going around, or his children is going around, killing people every day, while even during Christmas celebration. So while you're getting ready to cook rice and cook stew, some villagers are being attacked, even mothers with children, breastfeeding children on their backs. This is the highest level of wickedness, because they told us that they must ruthlessly prevent a change of power. They will use the minorities of the north as a willing tool, thanks to Yakuba Kosanya again go on. And then they will use us as a conquered territory, and they will never allow us to rule ourselves, while they work to have control over our future and make sure that the colonial interest is maintained at all costs. These brown people, these wicked, demonic brown people, are willing to work for the colonialists in 2024 at the expense of their people. The Fulani conquest agenda, it has been ongoing in that place that you call Nigeria, that open air prison called Nigeria, the place that anything bad can easily happen to you. You don't count for anything. Everybody else in this world, they do have some kind of right. You as a Nigerian, you are treated as a 100 class second 1 million citizen, with all your educations, with all your positions, with all your accolades. Collectively, nobody recognizes any of us. We are monkeys and baboons parading around the world on economic exile. Let's look at our ancestral land, how they are full of resources. You see the map on the left? I love this map. So it gives you an idea how much. This is just the peripheral, because we couldn't go deeper, just to make it easier for visualization. Please continue to help us to hit the like button. Hit the like button for us. Continue to help us to hit the like button. Continue to share as we go. Get this information to other people. We need to understand what is doing us. Because if we understand what is doing us and who our enemies are, we will not be kidnapping our people. We will not be destroying our region. We will not be terrorizing our brothers and sisters. We can now face that common enemy and say, or enemies, because there's so many of them, and say enough is enough. We are going back to our roots, which says that I am because you are. You are because I am. That we must care for each other first more than anything else. Capitalists can wait. Capitalism can wait. Love among brothers and sisters first. So, for example, tin iron columbites in Jos Plateau, we are talking about $25,000 per ton daily. That they sell $25,000 per ton. So imagine how many that they are bringing out in a year, a day. When you look at the whole total amount, we're talking about 3.8 trillion tons in a day. So times that by $25,000, so you can begin to appreciate the number of money that is in play here. So you can see that's why the Western criminals, that's why they seek to neutralize everyone in their pathway, so they can continue to maintain control over the resources in our land. It's not enough. They don't have anything. But every time we turn around, they are taking things from Africa. They are stealing things from Africa. Slavery is not enough to come and build their own region. It's not enough. As of 2023, they are still destroying people on a day before Christmas, on Christmas Day, after Christmas. It's not enough that they did the balkanization of Africa in 1884, 1885. It's not enough for them. They've been stealing and taking. When we tell you that these people are dumb, you think it's a joke. Tell me who can be stealing trillions for 500 years and they are still struggling. Tell me. And you talk about, you make fun of your forefathers that never stole from anyone, that never went from their land and go and steal from someone. Talk less of stealing unabated for years and still stealing, but they are the nice people and your forefathers are the bad people. Let's look at the colonialism, the so-called direct rule through military and political wings. And then from colonialism, they jump to neocolonialism. Look at all the resources that we have. Natural gas, petroleum, crude oil, uranium, cotton, iron, gold, oil, cocoa beans, just name it. Diamonds, copper, gold, aluminium. The list is unending. The list is unending. Please continue to help us to hit the like button. Continue to help us to hit the like button. Awakening is happening. People are asking questions. People are doing research. People are learning more. We're identifying the criminals from the good ones because they cannot all wear suits and sit there. We don't know who is who. We know who is who now. Then let's look at some headline news. As all of this is going on, they will be writing news for us as if we don't know how to read, as if we are not hearing what is going on. This one says terror escalates as unconstitutional president looks for legitimacy and lobbies everyone to support his criminal government. That's a good one. He doesn't know what to do. He didn't come to serve you. He came to serve the colonial interest. So his only job is to make sure that all the resources is taken out of the land uninterrupted, so that his cronies can make all the money that they can and then give him the rest. And then this criminal, this terrorist that calls himself, I forgot what his name is, the one that ties up issue like a woman, and his beard, I don't know if he's a goat or a ram over there. He's saying that Nigeria should...
The terrorist Sheikh Gumi, he say, as our people are dying, look at what they're saying. As people are dying, they're not hiding these things. They say it in public. They come. It's only those that don't want to listen that will not hear them. Even the deaf can hear them. That's Sheikh Gumi, the one that goes to give the headers, the terrorists money, ransom. Sheikh Gumi knows where the terrorists are in bushes to go and give them money. The Nigerian military does not know where they are to go and stop them.
It's sad. Yes, he says that Nigeria should negotiate with the terrorists and stop wasting billions of naira. Unbelievable.
Very insulting.
Villagers flee as bandits overwhelm Amotekun in parts of Ondo.
That's Yoruba now.
This is January the 6th. So this is barely a week ago. That's
Yoruba land now, Southwest. For people that say, oh, Southwest is peaceful. You will not be peaceful for too long if you don't do the right thing.
And then Sahara, the one that the owner is running around like a madman. He goes from pillar to post. He will tell you, oh, revolution now, revolution tomorrow. No, let's go for election next week. Bunch of criminals distracting our people from the things that they should be focusing on. It's all about their ego.
Yes.
It's all about what they will get when they serve the colonialists. It's never about our children. It's never about our future. It's never about building communities. Never. It says Fulani owns all Nigerian lands. No one can remove us from it. Ondo, from Ondo. Nobody can remove us from Ondo. This is the main terrorist cheer himself.
Yes.
Meyeti Allah.
Meyeti Allah saying.
That's them. They are so bold. They are so evil that these people are, they are all, their only job, like my sister said, is to take what's on top, and their colonial cronies will take what's on the bottom at your expense.
And these are not hiding their faces. Their faces are exposed.
Their faces are exposed. And what are you doing? You're enabling them by pretending like you don't know what you're supposed to do. Eh? You're enabling them by hiding in the church where our daughters are being raped, where our wives are being raped, where our brothers are turned to watch evil and they won't be able to speak. That's what you're doing by keeping quiet. By not coming out to say, enough is enough, there is a way out, we need to end this once and for all. Because if you keep quiet, Facebook will keep hiding what we are doing. Facebook will keep blocking what we're doing. It's you, and me that will do this work. Nobody else. Nobody else. I'll let my sister take over.
You can still go on if you want, so I can rest my voice.
Okay. I forgot about your voice. Right. So let's look at the Biafran genocide. What happened during that time?
Yeah, and is a link. Biafra genocide is a harbinger of the
The
current
current killing.
killings in
Yes.
Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like a warning that we should have listened to, but the evil people did not listen. So we want to make our people to understand this Biafra genocide that you hear about, how it's connected, how you can link everything that happened that time to what is happening now. Sorry, please go ahead.
No, that's fine.
Mhm.
Yes. That is a huge link. So we are not surprised at all. I know our brothers and sisters in the northern part will be surprised. We are not. We saw this coming. That's why our brothers started screaming, let's do these things the right way so that people will not suffer at the end of the day. So we know that the so-called Nigerian Civil War, the one that nobody wants to talk about, the one that took the lives of how many millions that nobody wants to recognize, they are all linked to all natural resources in our land. Do you know that during the World War One, that it was the oil in our land that the Britain used to fund that war? The Biafra, the First World War. So these people have been stealing resources,
Both
resources.
of, both of them, first and second, all the
First
war
and second. No, but yes, first and second. But I'm just saying because some people may think,
since,
oh, it just
yeah,
started happening yesterday. No,
exactly,
it's
exactly.
been ongoing.
That's true.
They know that North is rich in minerals, while the old Eastern region is rich in oil and gas. And we saw all of this and wanted to stop the danger ahead. They traumatized us. They went so far as to getting a pregnant woman, cutting her stomach open and getting the baby out and slicing it like onions, just like the colonialists did. They would get a baby and throw the baby for alligator to eat. After church, they will all go from their church. They will pray. They will go and hang a black person or get a baby and throw it to the alligator, and they will be watching. And it makes their engine hot. We watch them kill our babies. Any male child under 2 was neutralized. They knew there could not be any prosperity living with such callous beasts.
Actually, it's 2 years and above.
2 years and above, I'm
Above.
sorry.
Yeah, because they wanted all the males that will fight war to be destroyed. So they
Right.
just started at Asaba. But the Zibo massacre, they started at Asaba and they were supposed to continue if they were
Unbelievable.
not.
It's sad. The Constituent Assembly of the Old Eastern Region, not our brother General Juku, they voted and asked that then Governor late General Juku to protect their people who are being slaughtered in northern Nigeria. The history is there, the record is there, nothing is being hidden. You just that the people are so into social media that they're not even linking what is going on now versus what was going on before. Our people did this because they wanted more autonomy, self-determination. They wanted a safe home for our people. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with people being able to live in the safety of their own environment. Even if they are planting apple, cassava, even if they are planting coconuts, there is nothing like safety in where you're living, knowing that nobody will harm your children. To get this, they went to Aburi to have this conversation so that everyone will get some type of confederation. What does that mean? More autonomy, more self-determination. And in a bigger picture, freedom for all regions. And that included even areas like Plateau, Kaduna, Middle Belt, and the rest. We have always wanted good for Nigeria.
Always, always.
Always. You saw our brother from the South Side say it last time. He said the Igbos are the only one fighting for this so-called evil, devilish Nigeria. And we are done. We are so done. We want people to live life with dignity. We want equity, fairness, and justice for all. Why is it hard for people to understand? And that will never happen in the context of this criminal open air enterprise called Nigeria. They were not hostile to everyone. How could you call such people rebels and belligerent? People that say they want peace, people that say they want justice, equity, and justice and fairness for all. So rather than keep to that noble agreement, what did our Holy Ghost Son do? You see him there, he posted himself Holy Ghost Son.
It's not the one Holy Ghost Son. The Holy Ghost Son is the person that did the movie, the recording.
Oh, I
He's
thought
an
the idiot wrote his name.
not him. He doesn't know holy. He doesn't know ghost.
Can
He's
you
evil.
imagine?
He's evil.
He's a praying president,
No,
ex-president. Yeah,
all
come,
those
let's pray. So I thought
movies.
now he have gone further by calling himself Holy Ghost. So,
Where the man is a dying man now. Does he have the strength to call holy? Not talk of ghost.
yeah,
How do you see he can't even talk?
it's so sad. So
It
this
is.
idiot called Gowon, he turned around and invited the whole world. And what did they do? They killed children and starved so many to death. He even sold off his own people, including Bakassi Peninsula, because he was working for the colonialists. And up to today, he has refused to accept his rascality and look for how to make amends before he joins his ancestors. He's still there running around the forest. And as we watch, guess what's happening? His people are dying. His people are being subjected to terror and horror. Go on. This is all because you lack foresight. This is all because you refuse to do the right things. This is all because you have not confessed your sins, though you're being kept alive, so that you can see all of this happen. Because if you weren't here, you will not see how your people on a day before Christmas that they've been neutralized by the enemy that you invited in.
Mm.
As we watch, your people are paying for the price forcefully. They are being displaced from their own lands. And these are very quiet people. They don't look for anybody's trouble. Even when the so-called Fulani Marudas were on top of them, they were quiet, going to their farm, planting food for everyone to eat. But because of the evil of Biafran genocide commenced by Gowon himself, that's where we're right now. And then we ask, what will it take for him to apologize for being so irresponsible? If he still has any kind of decency left in him, he should be calling for renegotiation, reconstruction, and reconfiguration of Nigeria into true federalism and not this false union of debt. Brothers and sisters, can you imagine? Can you imagine what Africa would have been if these criminals were not at the helm of affairs all these years? Can you imagine? Can you imagine where we would have been? As hard as, even though we are left in an open air prison, we are pushing. Imagine where we are given the resources to thrive. Just imagine. But there is a way out. So there's no need to lament. There's no need to wait for the Lord for them to die and go, no, 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 no. We can do the right things and end this once and for all.
This is my idea. We can do the right thing. Please continue to help us to share and like. We know that blocking their algorithm, it's okay. Our people are getting it. Some we thank our people. Some people are putting us on speakerphone for their people to listen. we thank you. Anything you can do. Like my sister said, there's some people buying projector to go to all those parties and villages and mount it for them to teach them because they need to know the right thing. So as a reminder, I want to remind us of the tools of colonialism and neocolonialism. Like my sister said, it has always been about our resources. If when they finish one, they'll bring another one. If it's not transatlantic slavery, it will be colonialism. If it's not colonialism, it will be neocolonialism. But they have three tools: ignorance, fear, and military terror. They made our people, they intentionally brainwashed our people through fake religious system, highly corrupted. They lied to the people about the person of God. In the north, they use fake Islam. In the south, they use fake Christianity. Of course, in southwest, both fake Christianity and fake Islam coexist.
Sandwich, very terrible sandwich.
The traditionalists switched into magic. Ndị otu akwa ọkụkọ, doing magic while the land is burning. They created religious predators to work with the criminal politicians and the worthless so-called yeye British. Somebody called them. They call them celebrities, but they are yeye British. Because their assignment is to distract the people. All they worship is money. They worship and celebrate stolen wealth.
Yep.
Because their women are collecting the stolen wealth from politicians. And somebody is not seeing what is going on. The target is to keep our people ignorant, to make sure they don't know what is going on. Of course, the second one is fear. The consequences of challenging your slave master is pain, horror, and death. They will do it so that another person does not try it. But like my sister said, it's not real fear, because these people are not smart. They are criminals. Everything is not about carrying gun. You can actually use your brain to overpower them. You don't need to face them gun for gun. No. Because they're not smart. If they were smart, they would not be going around killing people and destroying their properties and stealing resources. It shows they're not smart. The third one is military terror. War, genocide, jihad, ethnic cleansing. All these three work together because of the resources in your land. So if you want to upturn it, if you want it to stop, that means you turn it around. If you want it to stop. And we have told you that you are able to make it to stop. So we'll look at end of road for religious predators. We told you that the religious predators are part of the tools these colonial monsters use to keep our people ignorant. Because we're on social media also, we are seeing prophecies. We are not saying that all prophecies are fake. No. Of course, we have seen the Emma Stark prophecy where he told us that it will be worse if we don't remove this Leviathan. Is that not what we're seeing? So we saw prophecies by Apostle Aroma Osai and Sister Celestial. They were talking about judgment of the Church of Christ, because it's just an aspect of the religion. Why should judgment come? Because these false prophets infiltrated the system. Anytime there's false, there's real. Anytime there's fake, there's original. So if we tell you fake Christianity, false prophets, that means there are real ones. The real ones are not just talking. And that's why I'm not happy with them. Because if the real one speaks, The fake one will keep quiet. But the real ones are keeping quiet while the fake ones take over. Some are fake from beginning. Some of these fake prophets, some were true prophets, but they became fake because their followers made them infallible by idolizing them and making gods out of them. They started worshiping them. These people deceived the world, the entire world, especially Africa, with fake religious system that leads to death. There's no life because it's not true. It's fake. If it's fake, it cannot produce what it ought to be. If Christianity is good news and our people are dying, buying, it means that is either it's not good news or that the news, the good was removed from the news. These people introduced European, American, and Arabic false gods to Africa and Africans. All of them. They came together. Remember, we have told you about descendants of Esau and descendants of Ishmael working together to deceive the world, to present false God, mainly money, because mammon is false God. They made people to begin to worship mammon, false God. One false religion made God too simple, while the other one made God too strict and blood-sucking. They come with Islam from one side, killing people, but it's not Islam. That's what we tell people, it's not jihad. It is ethnic cleansing. They are cleansing the whole, they are killing the people. They are killing the people, pretending that it's jihad. Somebody will say, so what do you mean by killing people in the name of God? Which God sent you to kill people? Which God sent you to kill people? Which God? I will tell people it's not jihad, it is ethnic cleansing. The other one is teaching people not to reference God. They are not teaching people the full nature of God. They make God look like a plaything. While the other one is taking it too hard to the extent of killing in the name of the so-called God. What we are trying to do is that either this or this, they're all fake and false. There's no God in what they're bringing. No wonder they cannot rescue us. No wonder where people are crying and praying, and the God they're talking to is as if he's deaf, dumb, and is not acting.
We went to market.
Yeah, because the God you're crying to is dead God and worshiping idols. You have been introduced to false religion, false God, false everything. This is why these so-called religious leaders cannot speak truth to power, because they are benefiting from the subjugation of the people. Our pain and suffering create wealth for them and their family members. So they will not speak for you. They replaced our industries and place of community learning with their business centers that they call churches, because it's not church. There's no presence of God in it.
Nope. Nope.
It's just where they're doing show in order to distract you, while the people that are killing you enter your land. My people will say, these people were burning so-called shrines in Igbo land when they came. Now Islam is coming in. They are not saying anything. They are not even opposing it. They are working like partners because they are partners. They are partners with politicians, and they will never partner with those that are seeking for freedom. No, they have helped to enslave the people of God, the poor and the vulnerable, the poor people that they cannot eat. They enslave them, crush them without looking back, without fear. The resources that God, the creator of the universe, we call him Chuku in my language, Igbo. Yoruba people call him Eledumare. Hausa people call him Ubangiji. Africans knew God before these marauders came with their fake God that they brought. The God that told them to kill people. It cannot be the true God. They crush our people without looking back, without fear. Because they know they are not worshiping God. They don't even believe in God. The resources that God put in the land so that they can use it to take care of the people. These pastors, priests, imams, and politicians stole everything and kept all for their children and their family members, leaving the lambs and the sheep hungry and dejected. While they cruise in their private jets and exotic cars, posting on social media to turn to the poor. Their children come and post how they're having fun, going to Dubai, doing marriage, everything. Them and the politicians have not been. And they tell you they're taking you to heaven. No, criminal.
Your own good life will be in heaven when you go to see your ancestors.
And sometimes when we complain, some of these people that are saying, oh, it's not everyone. We don't know difference. We are Ndiobudu. We are natives. We are indigenous people. We don't know difference. All we are seeing is that the child, the witch cried in the night. Then in the day, the child died. So we don't know the difference. So if you know the difference, come and teach my people so that they will know the difference, because my people do not know the difference. All we see is that you are together because nobody is speaking for us. If somebody was speaking for us, somebody would have embraced Nina's proposition and pushed it. No, but Paul Adefarati, if you talk this mouth, you talk this mouth. Paul and Enche, they are teaching nonsense.
And you guys are following them in masses.
And you are following them in masses. Imagine if in one church, they sit down and teach these things that we have been teaching our people. Do you know that this assignment would have finished? But no, they are the local agents to the colonial monsters. So they will not speak. And you people are enablers. By going there, you are enabling them, giving them your money so that they can destroy you the more. God's people are wounded and crying. No one to dress or heal, dress their wound or heal their wounds. This is what God is saying. The true God, Elohim, he's saying, my people had been destroyed. No one to dress their wound, no one to heal them. He said, is there no balm in Gilead? Because he knows that he provided balm. This is the God that opened the ground and swallowed his enemies. Those that tried this type of nonsense before, he opened the ground. The ground swallowed them and their family members, even their animals, their belongings, everything. He told the people, stay away from them. Dress back. I want to destroy them. This is the God we are talking about. And they think that he's now dead. He does not exist. Don't you fear God? Can't you fear God? Is Yahweh your mate? Is God your mate? There is God. I know if people think that there's no God. That's why you're doing what you're doing. There is God. Do you not know that the entire humanity was created to worship this God and reverence Him and live in peace? Do you not know that our task is human, to do His will on earth, to take care of our people and the communities, like my sister said, take care of everyone? That is our assignment. That's why people that are praying, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. This is what you people, that is what is in your Bible. But some of you think it's nursery rhyme. You're busy building kingdoms for yourselves and excluding that God you say you're introducing to our people. You brag about your biggest auditorium where you perform all sorts of magic and put up show for my people. And God is watching. This same God has said through the mouth of that 2024 is going to be the beginning of judgment against you false prophets and false pastors, because you are the enemies of the people. You are the ones standing between the people and their freedom. You are the one helping the enemy to destroy the people. You are the one coming in, distracting the people so that they will not hear the sound of their freedom. This God says He's coming for you. He has given you enough grace. He has given you enough time. And He has started. And some said, are you going to judge a dead man? Leave him alone. He is dead. Really? Have you not heard that there's no peace for the wicked? Whether he's alive or dead, if you are the wicked, there's no peace for you. We will tug you. We will shake you. We will door you, vam, 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 dead or alive. Our God cannot be ridiculed. You ridiculed Him, and then you inspire yourself. Because I'm sure some of them, when they see what is coming for them, they will go and drink cyanide and then tell you, oh, they had heart attack. Why not repent? No, but you wait until the exposure starts. Then you go and take cyanide. And then your wife will announce to us, oh, Daddy, Papa, yes, he's resting.
Fraud
Say,
alarm.
don't talk. Don't talk about the dead. We will talk about the dead. In my culture, we talk about the dead.
Yep.
Because in my culture, if you live bad life and die bad death, we will carry you to Ajofia. We will not even bury you. So it's not our culture that death is an escape. No. Remember, we told you that in our culture, death is just continuation. Just
If you want
transition.
a good name, you leave one. If you don't
Exactly.
leave one, we're not going to fabricate one for you.
No. So you dying. Oh, they say bye. Okay. You expiring yourself or clearing yourself out of the space will not make the judgment not to come. You will not make the judgment not to come. Because if you go and read Jeremiah 8 verse 1, he said that he will not only judge the wicked, he said he will exhume you from the ground. He will uncover your bones and put your bone in display, in public display. That
Say
means that
that,
he
say
will
that again for the religious believers.
religious believers that read their Bible but do not read it. Go to Jeremiah 8 verse 1. God is one saying, he said, I will not only judge you when you are dead. I will exhume your body and expose you to the whole world to see. Because when you were busy being wicked and taking advantage of innocent and vulnerable children, what were you thinking? What do you think you were doing? You allow God's people to suffer because you think you escape through death. There's no escape. There's no peace for the wicked. Just hear it. Just hear it. And sadly, like Sapphira, Ananias Bible, in Acts chapter 5, we told the people, the Bible, we have read Bible. We know what is inside. Everything we know. Sapphira, Ananias' wife, she came to defend her useless husband. That's what some of them are doing. You were there when your stupid husband was molesting children, women's children. You did not speak. You did not stop him. Then whatever, when the Pandora box opens, you will shamelessly come to defend him.
How will she know when she lives on the other side of the estate?
Imagine. Can you imagine the audacity the people have? You don't enter in the chamber of your so-called husband, whatever he's doing, you don't know. And you tell me your mind did not tell you something was going on. What happened to Sapphira will happen to all of you.
He say,
You will not go free.
he say,
Under your roof, innocent children, children of your fellow women were being devoured. Why you protect your own children? Your first prophet of a husband must be the destroying the destinies of other people's children. People that came to seek God. You did not see, you did not hear. Since you are blind, are you deaf too?
it's all about partnership. She's getting her cut.
Exactly. That's it. They pretend to be ignorant because of the blood wealth, so that she will be first lady, Mama the Mama, Mama G.O. Wicked souls. It's time for repentance. That's what we're saying. We're calling for repentance. We're not saying that people do not make mistakes or something, but when you are continuously doing evil, destroying people and not looking back, it has to stop. It's time for repentance. God does not exist for you to criticize and judge him. That's what Sister Celestia said. Why you fail in your own responsibility as a human being. Fail to do what you're supposed to do. God, why? God, why? God, why? What did you do? You have not done what you were asked to do. And you're asking God and criticizing God. Why did they give you brain? Why did they give you strength? Why do you have intellect? Why did God create you and told you, occupy till I come? How do you want to occupy? By sitting down and passing gas. Destroy your worthless idols and images and symbols. Those your worthless gods of men. Destroy your idols. Those idols that have been keeping you from worshiping Yahweh in truth and in spirit. Begin to destroy them. Begin to destroy them. The only image of God that he wants you to have is your fellow suffering human beings. Because he made man in his image. There's no need for you to go and carve any other thing and start bowing to it. As you look at your fellow human being, you see yourself and you see God in your fellow human being. The ordinary human being, I'm not talking about the criminals that came to kill you. The ordinary human beings, your neighbor, those people you see on the road, the widows, the orphans, the fatherless, like my sister said. When you see them, those are the image of God. If anybody tell you there's another image of God, it's a lie. Because when you see God in your fellow ordinary human being, you will not by them. You will not maltreat them. You will not harm them. If you see God in your husband, if you see God in your wife, if you see God in your children, you will not be living like cat and mouse. Those of you that sleep in church, but at home there's fire. You're going to worship the God that you're not seeing, but the human beings in your home, you treat them like devils. That is not Christianity. If you see God in humanity, you will not steal their resources. You will not render them poverty-stricken while you glory in your ill-gotten wealth. Let us allow God and kindness return to our hearts, our homes, our communities. It is possible. Create a peaceful home. Begin to pray in your homes with your family members. Of course, when we say pray, we're not talking about religious ritual. We're talking about real communication. You sit together, people are smiling, laughing, communing with God. Begin to support your immediate community with your gifts, talents, and resources. Community building. That's who we were before these monsters brought this fake thing they brought. Begin to care for widows, fatherless children, orphans, the old, the weak, the disabled, the poor in your midst. That is the true religion that God honors. Of course, without asking for anything in return. Because we see you want to help a widow. You want to sleep with her and sleep with her daughters. That is not what we're talking about. That one you're doing for yourself. Begin to build people up. Because some of you, when we say help your people, you call them and buy beer for them. That's not the help. You give them crumbs. Like my sister will say, during Christmas, ezego, abata, you give them engine oil that is causing cancer to boost your ego. On 180 Laura. That's not what we're talking about. We're saying be genuine, be authentic. Even giving time to somebody that is in their situation, just to hear him out and hear her out and help us solve what the problem. Even helping a widow talk to her wayward son or children. That's who we used to be. That's why in those days, widows can raise up how many children by themselves because the community will surround them. Not the one that once her husband dies, come all of you, turn her into a prostitute.
And her children.
And her children. Then you come to social media. Women are prostitutes. Who is sleeping with them? Monuku. Let me hear somebody again call any woman prostitute. Is the prostitute sleeping by himself? By sleeping with herself? If you were not patronizing prostitutes, we will have prostitutes on the main road. You go and sleep with them in the dark. Then come to social media. Prostitute. How did you know that they were prostitutes if we are not patronizing?
Because he made them. Look at your pastor. Everybody in his church is a prostitute.
Exactly.
Because he's busy turning everybody into a prostitute.
That's why he can declare them prostitutes. Our people, it's time to change. Because it's only when you apply these changes that we're talking about that Nina's proposition will make sense to you. If you don't do this change, the evil demons that you get from these places you go to will not allow you to hear. And that's why we're calling for a turnaround, a U-turn. Because once you make a U-turn and stop worshiping those your man-made gods, called your geos and whatever, if you make a U-turn, you will begin to hear. and then this assignment will just be finished before you know it. Thank you.
Thank you. The end of road for religious predators. So, how do we capitate the tool of horror in our ancestral land? We're shifting gears here. One of the things that we need to do, especially as the ethnic cleansing and the land grabbing and resource control is going on as part of the Fulani agenda, is to do what? Take down this 1999 constitution. We keep reminding you guys is that with this constitution, that's how these people get their power to do what they do. That's why Haiti, Allah Milad, what's his name? Isn't that man? The one I just saw. Um, the guy that was saying that Nigeria belongs to them. Miala 80.
Mieti Allah leader.
Mieti.
These are these are headers, kidnappers.
Meandering in my brain.
Yes, calling their names, fancy name. Mieti Allah.
Yeah, that's how he can come out and tell you that Nigeria belongs to them. Because we know with this tool of 1999 constitution, Nigeria is a union of debt. So what do we need to do? We either get rid of that constitution and save our lives, or we get ready to perish because the only way out is for them to have you go see your ancestors because they want the resources in your land. And right now we don't have anything to guide them against it. The constitution they say Nigeria belongs to them. Nigeria is like a fluid, so all their brothers can sleep in like water anywhere they want. They can displace you anytime they want because Nigeria belongs to them and nothing you can do. When we decide to work with Nina strategies, guess what it does? It helps you to claim an ancestral land. And we know that these Fulani, Marudin Fulanis do not have any ancestral claim to any place in Nigeria. They are all foreigners. So we either get rid of this constitution and save our lives, or we continue to watch in horror for them to play horror movies for us a day before Christmas, a day of Christmas, and a day after Christmas. So the solution to both this Fulani conquest agenda, as well as all the things that we see going around us, the attacks in Plateau, the fighting, the terror in Ondo, where they're chasing people out of their houses. The only solution to all of this is for us to take our hijack sovereignty and space back to these marauding criminals. Because if not, we'll find ourselves in internally displaced camp, and they'll bring one of our daughters that studied architects in Harvard to come and build Bako homes for you, while terrorists take over our land. It's a no-brainer. So we must hurry up and get this work going on. And the best thing is for us to clear our mind, run away from that church that is taking over your land, the church that is not building industries for our boys, the church that is not promoting unity in our communities, the church that is not promoting marriages to work. This is the church that will find a way to keep dividing your attention from your home to their, to their place of business, while your children and your husbands do this. We have to take our power back. We watch our abuse Ajoke do it. She was able to take her power back and left the compound that almost killed her. She went from being a victim to a victor. She went from being beaten down to speaking her mind and being kicked out. The power in her was so strong, the man was like, just take her out of this compound. She can't stay here. Let's look at some feedback from the public. And our people are getting it. They are getting it, but because of the hunger in our land, because of the setup in our land, they may wake up tomorrow after they get Ghana must go back, they may begin to speak otherwise. But we want you to see that at least someone is consistent in saying the same thing. So they use it, some of them use it to get money from the government, use it to get known, use it to go on TV and make noise and act like it's their own. But at the end of the day, it is the truth that Nigerian constitution is a very big mistake. According to the chairman of Presidential Advisory Committee Against Corruption, Isi Saga, he has made a comparison between 1963 and 1999 constitutions, submitting that the latter was mistakenly drafted and foisted on Nigeria. Duh. Yeah, Professor Chiefo, good morning. And then let's look at our father here, Afe Babalola. Afe Babalola. He said that 1999 constitution is a fraud that cannot be cured. 1999 constitution is a fraud that cannot be cured. And we are saying only people under a thick spell or people who are just thick will think they can live okay when forgery is their constitution. You know, your churches have deceived you. I know some of you would think you can pray for that forgery called 1999 constitution to turn into a reality because that's what you guys believe in. We're telling you a man abused so many women before they died. Somebody say, hey, why are you mentioning his name? He's dead. The same way we're telling you that this constitution will not allow you to move forward. You say, oh, but I'm moving forward, even though I'm going to see my ancestors in the midst of moving forward. The funny thing is that things are about to get worse. You can't even imagine the level of, how do I say it? The level of the severity of what's coming towards you. You can't even imagine it. Because when you compare something that you're already screaming is 700% increment from what it was the last time. Now you're looking for it to go up even 700 more, and your salary is not in line with that increment. So imagine what your life will be like. Nigeria is not working. Nigeria is under state capture. Nigeria is under the leadership of the colonial terrorists and their bandits and their good friends. And in order for you to move forward as people, we need to embrace Nina's strategy. And until you speak power to that truth, just begin to embrace what the depth of this terror that these people are causing will cause you in the near future. And then the Nina's 5-point propositions. The first one is acknowledgement of constitutional grievances, a commitment to decommission the imposed 1999 constitution, no further national election. Constituent people of Nigeria must work out the modalities for transitioning, so we don't want any criminals to do it for us. And then last but not least, announcement of a time two-stage transitioning, with first being multi-regional referendums for constituent components, which will allow them to recommit or opt out of Nigerian Union. And the second part of it, we will distill terms of union as whatever the outcome of the referendums are. This is a no-brainer. If you have time to be reading Bible and quoting it to intimidate people, this is what you should be memorizing at this point. This is what you'll be sharing in your meetings, in your organizations, in your associations, in wherever you find yourself, even in your Usman Danfodio estate, because we know you're living under the landlord. This is the information that we need to empower ourselves. God is not coming. We've watched God allow people to come with a sheep called Jesus and kidnap and terrorize people, and that sheep will sell from Africa to Europe and sold people and come back and get some more. So he's not coming. He's asking us to use our brain, to use our mind to get the work done. And whenever you're ready, he will complete the gaps, because there may be some gaps here and there, but he sees you working and he'll complete the rest. But if you sit there and think God will punish them, you will be there. Obasanjo will outlive you at 25 and nothing will happen. He will go on vacation in London. He will be invited to speak in Dubai. He will come to America on 4th of July. He will be recognized everywhere he goes, and you're just sitting there asking God to deal with him. That God doesn't function that way. We need to use the power that God has given us to get what we need. And that power for 2024, if we want this hell to stop, is for us to do what? Embrace the Nina strategy to upturn 1999 Constitution. Thank you. We shall see you guys next weekend. Please continue to help us to share. Once again, we want to thank our brother, Pastor Salami. Pastor Salami, good job. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, sir.
Thank you for all the things that you're doing. We're hearing about your good work. And that's what we are praying that our men of God will pick up on. We thank you. You can see he's not offended because he knows that what we're saying is true. So we still have true men of God in our land, and we thank God for that.
Yes.
We thank you for your tenacity. We thank you for everything that you're doing. As mothers, you will always resonate in our hearts. So until next week, please continue to help us to share, like, and we will return next week. Bye bye.
Bye.